Hello, hello.
Pretty
I'm
good.
back again. pmcTrilogy here. I'm going to do Die Hard Nakatomi Plaza for you. This is a 2002 first-person shooter that attempts to recreate the original Die Hard movie. Time will start when I hit Die Hard here. So I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, start. All right, so this is a first-person shooter, again, that attempts to recreate the movie made by Piranha Games. They're still around today. They recently released MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries for the lovely PC as well. They also do MechWarrior Online, so they've been around for a while. But this was their first game. They got into wanting to do this because they really liked Die Hard, and so they originally made a build engine Die Hard FPS and a gold source Die Hard FPS. The cutscenes are glitching right now. They're supposed to be fading out. Sometimes this happens because I'm playing a 2002 game on Windows 10. Our bread and butter in this is going to be clipping through doors. And the way we're going to do that is by putting ourselves in the door frame and then sprinting into a surface that is sort of at a 90-degree angle to the door frame. So you can see right there, instead of having to do the whole elevator directory, I was able to clip through the elevator door. And then we got some cutscenes where the bad guys are showing up to Nakatomi Plaza. John McClane is here, trying to hang out with his wife, but things are intervening, so we gotta peace out. And we can't fight the terrorists with just a pistol, so we have to really leave.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I should mention that almost none of the original actors from the movie reprise their roles in this game. The only actor who returns is Reginald VelJohnson, who does the police officer. All right, so
Didn't you stop them, John?
in this first level, we're
You'd be dead too.
trying to figure out what we need to do. We're gonna pull a fire alarm, because that's a good idea. We're also gonna grab this axe, because we need to be stealthy. So if anyone gets hurt, it has to look like an accident. Also, we can get ammo from those guys. It's a lot easier than hitting them with a pistol. In the movement for this game, I'm generally pulsing shift, much like you would in like GTA or something, to avoid losing all my stamina. The reason I need this axe, though, isn't so much for the one-hit kills as it is for these boards. You can't shoot these boards to get through. You have to hit them with an axe. But we're done with the axe, so drop that thing. And then we're going to hit our first boss guy, where he's like, hey, the fire alarm, yeah, that thing didn't work. So now we want him to retreat so that we can chase him to his final destination. You are able to kill him with just bullets, but it's a lot faster to do this. Cause a workplace accident. So we don't actually need to fight the rest of these guys. We just need to pick up some goods, and then we have to interact with him. There we go. He's like, oh wow, I wish I could use shoes. These guys all have stormtrooper aim for the most part, so we're able to just ignore them. So this game does have some original sequences. They couldn't fill out a whole first-person shooter with just movie sequences. So we will get to a part here where there's just original stuff. So here there's going to be a bomber who's setting bombs, and we need to get past him. Well, what the game wants us to do is hunt the bomber down. And then... okay. Hunt the bomber down. The bomber was behind me. The game doesn't like that. Really low on health, but it's fine. We'll be fine. So again, we're trying to keep ahead of the bomber here, because sometimes he gives us speed boosts as well, which is really useful. I'm going to grab this health. The health is the hardest thing to pick up in the game, because John McClane has huge hands, and all the health items are really tiny. So again, what the game wants us to do is the game wants us to defuse all the bombs that man just planted. But instead of doing that, we're just going to clip through the door and peace right out. Because why would you do that? That would be so slow.
Locked.
Oh.
They'll be here soon.
So now here's another unusual clip. So there's a... actually, I think I went this way. So there is a invisible door here that we're kind of using to clip through. And we need to get it to line up just right. There we go. And that'll allow us to get through there. So they reuse levels in this game, and so there is no door there this time around, but what happens in a future level is that there will be a door there. So we're sort of clipping through a not door. You might notice that we have 3 meters. What do the 3 meters do? Well, the heart meter is your health. The lung meter is your stamina for running. And the brain meter is for how good your takes are. Okay, the brain meter is supposed to be for like enemy morale that affects enemy AI or like how much damage you do. This is what the manual says, but we've never really confirmed it. I don't believe it. And off we go. So that was a little detour away from doing classic film sequences. And now we're going to return to actually participating in some. Rattle off some classic movie lines, live our best life.
Come out to the coast. We'll get together, have a few laughs.
So we're stuck here. We have to wait for this
I should be able to make it through this if I can.
for these guys to get out of here. If you open this this grate in the vent, you will just get instantly killed. That same set of bullets will happen again. So we just have to wait for them to go through. It is possible to use those ledges over there to clip up, but it's very inconsistent. I once spent like 20 minutes trying to do it, and I got it once.
Shoot him.
I should mention that John McClane is left-handed, but I am not left-handed. I only play a left-handed video game character. So you might remember this is the guy that we throw out the window, so he hits the car down bottom. Yep, there you go. Drop it like it's hot. And now we move on to the next area. Throughout the game, there will be these walkie-talkies, and sometimes when we know they're happening, we're going to jump into them because we'll end up keeping like a half a second of movement by doing that. So here's another level where we're supposed to figure out how to open some doors and live our life and really just kind of figure out our purpose in the universe, but we can just clip through this door and go right to the exit. A lot of these levels are designed like this, where we start in a room that is adjacent to the exit, and only a locked door separates them, and those levels are all extremely short in the speedrun. We're going to become Short John now. If you've ever read any literature on Star Wars, you may have heard of Bigger Luke theory, but in Die Hard, there is Short John. Short John is shorter than John, but he is also faster. Oh, forgot where the next guy was going to be. Yeah, so I am not crouching right now. I am just living my life. In this sequence, we do have to escort Argyle to the end. That is Argyle in the limo. You're able to clip through the door at the end of this level, but if you don't have him with you, it doesn't do anything. I went too far forward. Sometimes you get too far forward, it doesn't spawn guys. The game gets upset at you. This is definitely one of those games where if you look where the enemies are spawning, it sometimes gets mad at you for doing that. How could you know where enemies are coming from? It's gross. Anyway, that's the end of that escort mission. Again, we're going to jump into a small dialogue. There are lots of flashbangs in this game, and typically the best way to handle them is just to look up. Here is a video game forklift, classic video game enemy. All we have to do is just walk up and shoot the guy in the face a few times, and then he just continues to push us. But we need him to hit these barrels. Oh! We need him to hit these barrels anyway. You can sometimes clip through, but it doesn't do anything for you because you have to wait for the barrels to move anyhow. Now we got to run to the cafeteria. This cafeteria has a cutscene that's a real classic because they make fun of American football, but it would be slow to even skip it. So we just, those guys are. I want you to think about those guys talking about football. Okay, just imagine it for me. And we're away from them. All right, another walkie-talkie call. Yeah, to our right is a whole area where we would figure out how to get the door code for this door here, but John McClane can clip through doors, so kind of changes the shape of things. These doors that I'm clipping through, a lot of them are locked, but some of them I'm clipping through just to avoid enemies. So here, this room would have been full of enemies, and there would have been a guy standing behind this door who would have impeded my progress. So I take that opportunity to clip through the door to avoid the enemy spawns, and also avoid having someone stuck behind there. So I'm going to scrape this wall right here because it activates a trigger that will open up this vent up here. Otherwise, I would have had to walk back into the hallway. And down we go. So we're going to do a lot of clips in a row right here. This is going to be mad clip time. This is a sewers level, which is really not fun to play casually because it's kind of easy to get lost and drown, which is not great. I don't recommend getting lost and drowning in the sewers. But thankfully, we're able to mostly avoid swimming and clip through all of these doors. What determines your success in clipping through a door is mostly your angle, and it's kind of precise. Like, for these doors with small door frames, you really want to get as close to a 90-degree angle as possible, and then with some of these other ones, you have some more wiggle room. So when you're like clipping through these gates, it gets a little weirder. So now I'm like trying to get back through this one. There we go. So there's a bit of a time crunch here because there are SWAT guys here who really don't like me, and they want to kill me even though I'm a police officer. So I don't know what that's about, but we're able to get past them. Thank goodness. If you try to shoot them, it instantly fails you. It gives you a game over. It's not great. All right, cool. So that gate also counts as a door for some reason. Don't know why. All right, so time for my least favorite skip in the game. We can walk up this ledge, but it is weird. And we have to have blue stamina. So like when you're in blue stamina, you have like a faster speed boost from running than you would in other levels of stamina. Oh yeah, the Amerlin, the broken glass stuff will come up and it will be hilarious. I look forward to explaining what happens. It's very good. Don't worry, we will get there. All right, but first we got to fight through some more terrorists. Oh boy. All right, we got him. All right, more door clips. Yeah, getting quick at the door clips is pretty much essential to doing anything in this game. So walkie-talkie call on the landing there. And now we're going to get into a nice combat sequence. Pick up this gun, mostly for... Oh, wait, what? There we go. Mostly for ammo. And then we get to be a quarter shooter.
All units be advised. Receiving heavy machine gun fire from the fourth floor. Outside. Keep your heads down. Unit 3. Get your asses behind the perimeter. You're drawing fire.
So some of these doors you don't have to clip through. Clipping through here avoids some enemy spawns. And then similarly, there'll be another area where we can avoid some more spawns. Yeah, so this sequence right here, we're supposed to go through this door on the right, but we can just clip through this locked door and avoid the room and the enemies. We'll just go through this door because there's only one guy here, and so usually we're able to take him out while running and gunning. Okay, so now we're going to deal with the machine gun nest that is attacking the law. And this boss can go a number of different ways. So there you go. I just killed him. And now you can also use these. If you don't kill him right away, he'll run all the way over to those explosives, and you can just take care of him there. Also, please enjoy this muzzle flash, which makes it impossible to see what you're shooting. It's a real gourmet muzzle flash. All right, that guy. We're supposed to help that guy escape, but all he does for us is unlock a door. And if you've been watching the speedrun, you would realize that is a meaningless gesture for me. So we don't really need him at all. Oh, what? Yeah, so we can just clip through this door, and that's the end of the level. All right, so that was one escort that we skipped. And now we're going to skip another escort mission. This level is called The Architect. You're supposed to guide this man through a burning floor of the building and get him to an elevator so he can get him to safety. And that's all real slow. So we're going to not do any of that. We're just going to clip through this door. And what happens with this guy's AI is that once you activate this door, he is coming. He is wherever he is in the level. He is coming. He is that boy, and he is going to just come to where he needs to be, no matter what. Yep, there he goes. So that boy, here he is.
I'm gonna be burned alive.
And so now he has arrived, and we're able to kill some enemies while he opens the elevator door.
Deep into the shaft. I'll open the door. Can you hold them off?
So now we have to kill about 6 enemies while he opens the door, and then once we do that, we'll be able to continue.
I got it.
So once he opens the door, we're able to sort of jump over him. And then we can also mash crouch to get underneath the elevator. And then we can go down the elevator itself. There is a cutscene here that will play where he stands in the elevator and the elevator falls and he dies. But we're able to get to the next level before that cutscene can play. So I like to believe that Elevator Man survived. So I will let that interpretation go up to you. I'm going to say in the speedrun canon of Die Hard Nakatomi Plaza, the Elevator Man has lived. So this level is called In the Vents because you're supposed to go into that room over there and spend a lot of time in the vents getting to the next part of the level in the speedrun. We do not go in the vents. We just clip through that locked door, and the exit is right here. All right. So now we're gonna do some classic movie scenes. We're gonna do the car approaches, and then we put the explosives down the elevator shaft. So there's the car. Car gets shot by something, and so we're gonna kick the explosives down. John's gonna say a very bad word. Wow, John.
Let's see you take this under advisement.
All right. If we're able to get through that door before the cutscene plays, we can avoid the enemies on the next side, but it's not a big deal. So now this is going to be an original Die Hard Nakatomi Plaza bit where these SWAT guys show up, and we have to show them our badge. But they don't drop their guns. They just continue pointing their guns at us, which is real unnerving. We're supposed to help them, guide them through the level, because there's like a swimming pool and a locker room and all this stuff. But this is Die Hard Nakatomi Plaza, so I'm just gonna clip through this door and walk up the stairs and exit the level. Good luck, SWAT guys. Good luck.
Attention police.
Sir?
So we get two cutscenes, and then we're going to meet Bill Clay, who I should mention is absolutely not Hans Gruber. If you've seen the film, Bill Clay, not Hans Gruber. Please don't confuse the two. Thanks. So there's Bill Clay, who is not Hans Gruber. And so now this is the level where we're supposed to get the shoot the glass scene, where Bill Clay, who absolutely is Hans Gruber, guides us over into this room and says, shoot the glass. But John McClane knows that Bill Clay is Hans Gruber and also doesn't want to walk on glass, so he's just going to clip out. However, the game doesn't understand this, and so we we show up in the next level with bloody feet.
That hurt. I'm dying.
Yeah. So for no reason, we have bloody feet now.
Some bandages for my feet.
I guess between the two levels, he ran into some problem. I don't know. That hurt. So now we get to run on our bloody feet all the way to the nearest bathroom. This is a level where the endpoint is right next to the exit, but because there is no door frame that we can position ourselves against, we're not able to clip through the door. It's really annoying. If you want to find a good clip for this game, I should mention, because I haven't mentioned it yet, but Albert Hammock, who is in chat here, is the mastermind behind pretty much all of the technology in this game, all the door clips and the clip I'm about to do and some other stuff. So credit to Albert for all of that deep, delicious knowledge. So anyway, we're going to answer the question that's been on everyone's mind, which is, why are people hoarding toilet paper? And the reason that people are hoarding toilet paper is because toilet paper lets you change your hitbox to clip through walls. That's why. That's the whole reason. No other reason. So we have used toilet paper to change the shape of our hitbox. And we're going to use that to clip through a wall. We're going to put ourselves right in this corner, and then we're going to clip, and then we're going to think fondly about this exit sign, like real hard about it, and that's going to let us back in, and we're going to end the level. So there you go. That's why if you rub yourself on toilet paper real hard, you should be able to change your hitbox and clip through walls. Very important information. All right, so now we're gonna see how bad I am at jumping in this game. There we go. I always hate that jump. And then, of course, we're going to clip through doors. There's going to be a guy here who's going to be unsure of what he's doing with his life. And he's just going to think about it. All right, so now we're accelerating towards the end of this lovely, beautiful video game. We got a few levels of combat, delicious combat here. There is a door at the bottom of this stairwell, or near the bottom of the stairwell, that it's possible to clip through, but it's very inconsistent. So we usually just go and activate the trigger, which requires us to clip through this door and open it. And then a million guys spawn. And we mow them down. And see, this door is open. Now, it is possible to clip through that, but it's really, really inconsistent. So now we get to enjoy a beautiful ride on an elevator. That's supposed to be a sort of rail shooter sequence, but that's not going to work so well. So if we position ourselves right here, all the enemies that try to shoot at us appear in these other elevator doorways, and they can't see any of us. So basically, we're just going to sit here for about a good 50 seconds. But I hope all of you are having an excellent Valuethon, full of value. This is, of course, a Lithtech engine game, so shout-outs to Lithtech and Monolith. This is not the first Lithtech game I ran. The first Lithtech game I ran was Shogo, which was a real experience. Lithtech always brings it. There will be a little grate on the side here. Yeah, no, we're really... I mean, this is difficult, because all these enemies are, like, right here, and they really want to shoot us, but they just can't see us, so what are you going to do about that? And then we're through. All right, so now Carl... No, wait, is this... Oh, wait, I think we have to go under the roof again. Or, no, we do kill Carl. Okay. So Carl, who we killed his brother earlier, which is one of the, like, 100 people that we've shot, he wants revenge. And I guess he can have his revenge. Sure, why not? All right, so we're going to pull out one of our bigger guns to deal with Carl. Carl is a little bit of a nuisance. There we go. We got him. So rest in peace, Carl. Rest in peace, that guy, too. We're going to kill these two guys. They can be quite deadly. And then we're going to head right out. So now we're back on the roof for the famous explode the roof scene, which is perhaps some of you remember from the film. What you may not remember from the film is that John McClane clips through a fence again. As you do. So yeah, there's the helicopter. Here's this fence. I'm through the fence. Here's the fire hose, and then let's jump. Whoa! The roof explodes. So now we get to do the thing that I am the worst at in this game, which is this swinging sequence. We're able to use our gun to give us some momentum. Oh, hey, wait, no, I did it first try. I almost always die on that. It's really embarrassing. But we swung it. So now we're back in the building. And now we're going to clip through a door. Surprise. As you can see, things are on fire, but we're able to exit the level pretty quickly. All right, so now we have a run and gun sequence where it's pretty much just all boys, all shooting. There's 3 guys back there. I don't want to mess with them. That would be real slow. By not killing some enemies, we do also avoid further spawns into the level. So that is kind of a useful bit of technology. Clipping through that door also prevents spawns in this room, including one enemy who is extremely accurate with a very deadly machine gun. And now we're on to the final level, but don't worry, we have like 2 minutes of final boss fight, so we got. I will. It'll hopefully be obvious when we're closing in on time, but I will point it out too. But we are now on the final level. Now we just gotta headshot some boys. Whoa, whoa, John, language. All right, so now we're gonna activate the final boss fight sequence. Oh, that's a wall. So we see a cutscene. Oh, yep. Hans has taken Holly hostage, but there's an enemy coming up behind us, so we need to make sure we deal with that. Yeah, so now he's gone. He also got some ammo from him, which is very useful. All right, so now time for this fight, which is a real nuisance. We have to hit him. What? Okay. That was... weird. So, what we're supposed to do is hit him twice in the head each time, and then he'll move to the next area, and you have to do this 4 times. So that was the first time. Now we're going to do this again. All right, got him again. After the 3rd time, we have to wait for him to walk for a while. Right. You can only hit him during those animations. You can't just snipe him otherwise. So yeah, if we shoot our wife once in the skull, she's dead. But it takes Bill Clay, Hans Gruber, 8 times to die from being shot in the skull, and we can't follow him too closely here, because if we get within a certain radius, he just kills her, and that's even through this wall here. So I have to wait a little bit. Time will happen when the cutscene starts after killing him, so he'll fall out the window, and then a cutscene will start. And as soon as you see the cutscene, that's time. Oh. And time. Hooray! Yo. That's Die Hard Nakatomi Plaza. That's a 2002 first-person shooter. I'm pmcTrilogy. I love dank games and mech games and all that jazz, so find me where you want me. Thanks so much to Amerlin and Boix and all the Valuethon folks for having me in for one run and also letting me do a backup run as well. So that's it for me. Please enjoy the rest of the marathon.
Job.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much.